All right, y'all. Welcome to a special episode of Xposure Runs the Podcast. We're down here at the Chi-Town Showcase 2023, and our first interview today we got no other than Mr. Gianni Cobb. Welcome, Gianni. All right, tell us what high school do you went to?
Homewood Flossmoor.
Okay, and what year are you?
24.
Okay. Where are you originally from? Okay. You just recently committed to Columbia University. Okay. What about that school did you like, and why did you commit there?
Oh, well, I like that Columbia, they been talking to me since first lab period and just kept been on me, text me every day how I'm doing, how high school going, and just keep checking on me. Okay.
And so just that interaction with the coaches and the staff made you feel like they really wanted you there?
Yeah.
When you took your visit, I saw your pictures. You was flossed out in the J's, the matching color J's with your pop. That was pretty dope. When you took your visit, tell us about that visit a little bit.
Oh, well, the first thing I like how when they took me out to eat, great food around there.
Okay.
I felt like a family.
Right.
They talking to me how I was asking the players how Columbia is. They saying it's a great vibe.
Okay.
They love it here.
Okay.
And I was just keep asking questions, and it felt like home to me.
Okay. And Columbia is in New York, correct?
Yes.
East Coast. That's where I'm from, over in the East Coast, from Philadelphia. So the adjustment to the cold, because it get cold up in New York.
Yeah.
It get cold up there. So you shouldn't have too much of a problem because of the weather here, right? Okay. How do you see yourself fitting in with that team when you finally get an opportunity to earn your minutes, of course, in practice, but to translate it to the floor?
Well, first show I got heart.
Okay.
Play hard, defense. That's all I do. I have scores around me, so I don't play defense, be a point guard, swing it. I don't got to score that much. They got scores over there.
What would you say your strengths are as you go into when you get to Columbia, and what would you say that, when you get there, something that you want to work on?
When I want to work on is like get stronger.
Okay.
That's what I want to work on. I got to eat more and get stronger.
Yeah. And what would you say some of your strengths are?
My strengths is having a team around me.
Okay.
Playing as a floor general.
Okay.
My team involved.
What's your thoughts on the event, the Xposure Runs platform, what it means to the high school basketball culture?
It's great. Like a lot of talent.
Okay.
See more guards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's great.
Before we close up, I want you to give yourself a future message, like whatever you want to tell yourself. Where you look back on this video, you can, say like, I took my own advice.
Well, just keep working hard, be aggressive, compete at anybody. Just yeah.
Okay. And your brother is up at Rockford, correct?
Yeah.
Give your brother a little shout out, man.
Love you, big bro.
That's what's up. Appreciate you coming on, man. All right, guys, we back with another installation of Xposure Runs the Podcast. We down at the Chi-Town Showcase 2023. I got two more guests with me, father and son team. Tell us your name, father.
Andrew Ford.
And son.
Solomon Ford.
And Andrew, where you from?
Philadelphia.
I see
Go
you
Birds.
Go Birds, baby. I see you rocking that Eagle jersey.
All
And
day.
Solomon, where you from?
Philly.
Of course you're from Philly. Actually, the correct answer is from your father's balls. That's where you actually from. That is the correct answer, okay? Just so you know. All right. Tell us what high school you go to and what class are you?
I go to Roman Catholic, and I'm class of 2026.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Solomon.
I hoop. My game is nice. I feel like it's a lot of things I can work on, but I'm going to get there throughout the years throughout my high school career.
What would you say your strengths are, and what is something that you think you need to work on?
I think I like my defense. I can guard a lot of people, and my shot, I feel confident in my shot. And some things I can work on is using a pump fake, because I got blocked a couple times because Bulls is just jumping out the jump, sending myself. So pump faking, getting in the jump. And yeah.
Pops, what would you say is Solomon's strengths and what you think he needs to work on?
I think for him, well, number one, his strength for me is just the type of person and type of young man he's growing to be. And other than that, his strength in basketball, he's got a hellified shot. I think, if I can say something right now,
yeah.
I like the way you went out and told those point guards they playing like shit.
Oh yeah, it was specifically a couple of times where I saw them look Solomon off, look a couple of the other players off, but. So I can relate that to two reasons. The first one is they don't know him.
Right.
And the second one is they don't know him.
They don't know him, right. And so, and for me, he's got a hellified shot, and he's got good handle. And so I think his strengths are he's a good floor general when he's in the position to be that. His weaknesses, I always tell him, stop camping out in the corners. I need him to cut and rotate more. And he gets in his mind for me is that they're playing ISO. I don't care what they're doing. You do what you're supposed to do when you're out there on the court.
So let me tell you, so that's good feedback for him as far as just standing in the corner and cutting more. However, be mindful of when he gets to school and as he kind of gets there, his particular skill set may need that.
Right.
Like a coach will tell him that.
Right.
But your dad is right. When a play breaks down, you shouldn't just be standing there. Cut, make yourself seen, get your hand up, kind of talk to each other. I mean, just kind of let them know that you cut and woo, just so you can get the ball. I'll start with Solomon first. How do you feel about this event? What do you think about the Exposure Runs platform, this event overall, and your first time in Chicago?
My first time in Chicago. This event is great. Boost. I get to see all the players play, learn, get my skills set up, go against the best in Chicago, and I feel like I'll be here back both years after this, and I feel like I'm gonna be way better than before.
Okay. I actually think you're doing a pretty good job. We talked about this the other day when you got here, that a lot of times scoring does not necessarily mean that you're the best player on the floor.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you are showing your confidence. I like the fact that you have scored,
yes.
But I also like the fact that your body language is important. How you defending, and when I say your body language, you talked about getting blocked 2 times. Like, you're not allowing that to be a deterrent from continuing on to play. So that's good. Andrew, talk about this event, man. What do you think about it?
Hey, Moo, I think the event itself is just awesome, man. I know when I first saw it, I reached out to you and said, yo, what you got going on in Chicago? Because the highlight reels were just like, man, it's amazing. And so I think it's a great platform, especially for those kids that that can play the sport but are trying to be seen, but they're that little fish in a big pond. And so how can you afford to give these kids a platform where they can be a big fish in a little pond and get that exposure that usually they wouldn't get anywhere else?
No, I appreciate that, man. This is a great opportunity for Solomon. I really love the fact that him and his mother, you and his mother, provided this opportunity for him to come, because it's a networking event. We just happen to be playing basketball.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So we got somebody waiting in the wings that we're going to get on next, who recently just committed to DePaul University. So Solomon will get an opportunity to talk to these players just to kind of see what he needs to work on.
Right.
And not even saying that, Big Chris is a finished product.
Right.
But based off of where Solomon is and where Chris is currently, he can learn some stuff. Right?
Absolutely.
And it also give Chris opportunity to kind of, damn, I remember when I was that young. You know what I mean?
And one of the things I've always told Solomon, when you're not in the game, you need to be on the bench observing, looking at certain players' skill set, some of their little ticks of what they do, because it gives you a chance. It gives you the advantage of the person you're going up against. See what are some of those weaknesses he has and how can you exploit them. So I always try to tell him, when you're on the bench, look and see what the player is doing, and then take that into your mindset when you go back out there and play again.
I appreciate that. Lastly, Solomon, I want you to send yourself a future message, man. When you look back on this, I want you to give yourself some advice and just kind of, talk to yourself.
Next year and the year after, I'm going to be a great player. Offers, I'm going to show out next year. I'm going to be MVP. I'm calling it now.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's that Philly swag.
That's what I'm talking about. Philly swag. Confidence all day long.
And he gets that shit honestly. He gets it honestly.
Yeah.
No, I really appreciate you being here, man. And I hope you had a good time that you're here. Enjoy the rest of your time here at the event, the rest of the time here in Chicago. And to you, Andrew, thank you for bringing Solomon, number one. And number two, don't let this opportunity pass you by to spend some quality time with your son.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? This is a good time for you to sit and talk to him and encourage him. Don't always kind of, peel back the layers of what he's doing wrong, pour into him what he's doing right.
Absolutely.
While you're talking to him about what he could be doing wrong. But,
and that's a great point, Moo, and thank you for bringing that to me. Say, point out, don't point out the negatives, but also point out the positives that he's doing.
Absolutely. This generation of kid, they got to be poured into and they got to be lifted up when we pour them down. So, I just want to remind you of that. It's a constant reminder to me, as well, when I'm dealing with Xavier and, of course, Ziggy, who's running in the back, driving me fucking crazy. But it is what it is. We're having a good time. So
yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all coming on,
Thank
man.
you, brother. I appreciate
and we'll see y'all soon.
Absolutely.
All right. All right, guys, we back down at the Chi-Town Showcase 2023. And I got a special guest. I got the hometown hero on the motherfucking podcast. I'm actually kind of hyped that I got you on the podcast, bro. I ain't going to lie to you. Here. I appreciate you. We got Mr. DePaul Demon Deacon. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Mr. Chris Riddle on the podcast. Man, welcome to the show, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Man, so my first question to you is, about a year or so ago, you left and went down to Arizona just to kind of, actually, I don't even want to put words in your mouth. You left to go down to Arizona Compass. What was that experience like?
It was well. I got way better as a person and as a player, I matured a lot. Okay. I went out there when I was 15. I made the decision to go there when I was 14.
Right.
So, it was just a lot going into it. I was going into – it was COVID year my freshman year. I only had 10 games, I was really just trying to get to a space where I was able to, play and get that exposure that I need to get to the next level. Because I knew I was able to do it. It was never a question for my talent.
Oh, yeah, it was never a question.
Yeah.
Ever since I met you, you had a mature Paul's body that at 14 to 15. So, I definitely was a great move. How was that experience as it relates to, being away from your family?
Well, to me personally, I feel like it was well for me to do that earlier.
Okay.
So I could get that college experience kind of early. My mom, she was thinking about trying to move down there, but it was just gonna make life hard for her.
Okay.
So
shout out to your mom too, man. Your mom is great, man. We've been emailing, but yeah, she is.
Yeah, for sure.
She is. Shout out to your mom.
Yeah.
So then you came back. Obviously you went back to Kenwood. Playing under Coach Mike Irvin and the rest of those guys. Talk about that experience last year, playing with Day and just kind of getting back into the Chicago culture of basketball.
Yeah, I could say when I came back during the summertime, it was a little struggle because like you said, the culture and everything, just getting back to that that grit, that tough. But once school started and season started and everything, I was injured for half of the year. I had a little hamstring.
Right.
But after that, I came back playoffs. Everything was well. I was learning. I was getting things done. But we got to that championship game again. Not even championship. It was semifinals or something to go downstate. It was just.
We don't want to talk about that.
Nah,
we want to talk about that.
It's cool though. We can talk about it actually if you want to.
Okay.
I embrace those type of things. I'm going into this year with a totally different mindset with everything.
Because you one of the leaders, if not the leader of that team, into this year.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, we'll gloss over that. No big deal. I mean, it was a good game. I'm sure a hell of a learning experience for y'all.
Definitely.
Because I know
everybody on the team.
Yeah, everybody. Because I know y'all went in with the expectations of definitely at least getting downstate.
Man, tell me about it.
Yeah,
we had a totally different game plan for that game.
Yeah.
It's good. We
It's
got it back this year.
Okay, and me and Bo will definitely be down in some games. So you just recently committed to DePaul.
Yes, sir. Blue Demon Nation.
Yeah, Blue Demon. Shout out to
Let's
DePaul, man. I'm very, very happy. I'm even happier that it's you, but I'm very happy that DePaul has committed to some of this hometown talent because there's some good hoopers here.
Definitely.
And the last, if I'm not mistaken, because I'm not from Illinois, the last big time talent that they have gotten from Illinois was Richardson.
Yeah.
Right? Or was somebody after that?
It was Javon.
Yes.
Javon.
I'm sorry. My bad for that.
Javon
My bad.
in the league now. Yeah, so.
And then Black Cat was over there too.
Black Cat was, but he transferred.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why DePaul?
It's a couple reasons, but the main one is probably my my comfortability with the environment on top of being able to do the things that I need to do to get to the next level. Like I said, having all the things that I need there to learn, just get better every day. And I'm automatically a gym rat. So
you are.
Yeah, I just feel like any college I really go to, any college I go to, I'm gonna just be a worker.
Okay.
So it's just gonna come to me,
You say next level. What's next level for you?
NBA.
Point blank period.
Point blank period. No overseas. No none of that. NBA.
NBA.
Yeah.
Okay. What type of player is DePaul getting? I know what type of player they're getting. I saw your face. Like, what you mean? I know, but the coaches know. I'm sure your your future teammates know.
Yes,
but the fans, tell the fans what type of player are they getting?
I can say you getting a tough, smart player. I'm a person that people really don't pay attention to my IQ. I feel like people low grade my IQ.
Okay.
Yeah, so I feel like it's gonna just pop even more in college just because of how organized things are. The plays I'm gonna be involved in and all of that. So yeah, I feel like it's really just gonna show in college. Like I'm not even worried. My time gonna come.
Okay, I like that answer.
Yeah.
Tell us, what are your strengths and what would you like to work on when you get to school?
I'm working on it now, but my jumper. I'm really trying to get a knockdown jumper, consistent jumper.
Okay.
That right there is really
take your game to another level.
Man, I'm talking like another level. So,
and we talking next level.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And what would you say your strengths are?
My strength is probably driving.
Okay.
I'm already athletic. Like you said, I got a good build. So I'm able to get downhill, not with ease, but it's easier than most.
Okay. Okay. So. Tell us what your thoughts are on the event, the Xposure Runs platform, and just overall what we're doing for the high school basketball culture of Chicago.
Hey, first off, I want to start off by thank you for all of this. This is big for our city.
I appreciate
real
that.
spill. This is big for our city.
I appreciate that.
It's getting a lot of people, getting stuff done and getting them exposure.
I appreciate that, man. Coming from you, that really means a lot. Like, I really, I've known you since you was a kid. You always show Zay love. Every time I seen you, was just a very respectful young man. I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan, but more than anything, bro, basketball aside, school aside, just as another mentor in your corner, I'm here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm here. So
yes,
I know your mom made it perfectly clear, but I already knew you got a very tight-knit circle, and they wrap their hands around you real tight. Definitely. They don't let a lot of motherfuckers in there.
Yeah, that's family.
So they don't let a lot of people in. So shout out to your mom for allowing me in. I know what that's like. Yes, I wrap my arms around Zay too, and us not being from here. But so shout out to your mom. Yeah. Man, I can't stress enough how much I really appreciate you, man. How much of a fan
that you.
Straight up, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
We'll be at some games. We rooting for you.
Yes, sir.
Good health to you for the upcoming season. And it's state championship or bust, bro.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Last question. I want you to give yourself a future message. I just kind of want you to look back on this and just kind of say, damn, Chris, I really took care of business.
No, I'm in a place right now, and just not even just in the basketball world, just in life. I'm in a place right now. It's kind of hard. Yeah, life is hard, bro. Just know, things gonna get better, bro. Just keep working. Just keep working, bro. That's all you got to do. Just keep working.
Well, you definitely got. Again, I know you got your circle, and immediately, on the very outside of that circle, you got us, bro. If you need somebody, you just from a neutral party, you need to run some stuff by. You need a few dollars for school. I'm sure DePaul taking care of you with that NIL shit. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about it. But I'm just saying, when you waiting in between that, them off paydays and shit. I got you, man. Anything you need, man. I really appreciate that. Thanks for coming on the show. We're gonna get you when you get officially there. We want a whole episode from you.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, we back with our last interview of the evening. Welcome back to Chi-Town Showcase 2023. Our two last guests of the evening are family.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that simple.
Hey, man, we're family.
We're family. I've known this guy for over 20 years.
That long?
We went to college together. Our children literally grew up together.
Yep.
Your oldest child and my oldest child are just a few months apart.
That's it, man.
So I'd like to welcome Kenny Freeman and his son, Karter Freeman, to the show.
Thank you. What's up, y'all?
Yeah.
Karter, we'll start with you. Where you from? And say it loud and proud, too.
I'm from Philly.
The louder.
I'm from Philly.
Yeah, that's what they are. They're from Philly.
Hey,
what school you go to? What year are you in?
I go to Delaware County Christian School. I'm a freshman 2027.
Okay. You came all the way out to Chicago to see where you measure up against some, not just talented Chicago players, but some top talent of Chicago. How do you think you did?
I think I did really good. Something that I could improve on, but Chicago's really aggressive. I can say that for sure.
Okay.
And they got a lot of talent for sure too.
I agree with you. I actually thought you did really well. I loved how just aggressively subtle you was. You didn't overdo anything. You didn't underdo anything. Of course, I'm sure you'll kind of look back on it. I'm sure you'll have a conversation with your pop about things that you could probably improve on. But I was very proud and pleased that you came out here and held your own, as nephew. I thought you did really well.
Yeah, thank you.
What would you say some of your strengths of your game, and what would you say you need to work on?
I was saying I was cutting. I was making sure people were seeing me. I was seeing other people doing my part in defense, talking out loud, and things like that.
Okay. And what would you say something you need to work on?
I think I could have shot a little better.
Okay.
Yeah, only a little bit. Yeah, but yeah, that was it.
So I want to make sure that you are not too hard on yourself in that, number one, you're still a freshman, right? You got plenty of time to grow. Your shot will come with more rhythm and being in the gym. You got to become a gym rat. I had Chris Riddle on here, and he's in the gym, what do you say, about 6 times a day or something like that? Like, and he's going to DePaul. So in order to go from where you are to where you want to be, like, it's going to definitely take work, but it's also something that you gotta want to do. All right. Kenny.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man?
What's up?
Let me let the people know that outside of – actually, no. I can't even say outside of that. Like, you may be our biggest supporter of this podcast.
Hey, man, listen. You gotta support your friends, man. You gotta support your family. And I'll go as far as saying I played high school basketball in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Right? As of now, I know more about Chicago basketball than I do of Philadelphia basketball.
So do I. And I didn't play high school basketball.
Right. And I played. And I'm like, man, these guys, man, yeah, y'all got some players out here,
Yeah.
man. I like it.
Definitely.
I like it, man.
Why did you feel like Karter should be here?
Well, so it's called the Xposure runs, right? Where you're not just giving exposure to players who are not being seen, things like that, and you're allowing them the opportunity and the spotlight to be seen by other people. But when you plan this, it also exposes you, and it shows you what you need to work on. Mm-hmm. So that's why I feel like he needed to come here so he can play against the cream of the crop of Chicago basketball and see what he needs to work on, see how good these guys are, see how much work they put into their game, and it'll benefit him in the long run, because you can play in one area your whole life, but you have to get out of that area and see what else is going on out there. These guys here, man, they're strong.
They rough,
man.
yeah.
Listen, one thing I noticed right off the bat, they fast as crap.
Yeah.
They
real fast.
They were flying and nobody was tired. No.
I'm my eyeballs was tired.
Listen, I don't know if it's the Chicago wind. I don't know what's going on, but they got some wind. They are going back and forth, man. These balls were flying.
Yeah. How you think Karter did?
I think he did okay. I think he did okay. I know there are some things he can work on from just watching him play. Mm-hmm. Cardio is one. His angles, getting to the basket, things like that. Mm-hmm. So there's some things he needs to work on, but and he's a freshman. We have time. Like, actually, tomorrow we're going straight to the gym. Tomorrow. As soon as we get from the airport, I just already hit my guy. Hey, you free tomorrow? I'm gonna get Karter in there.
So the one thing I used to tell Xavier Karter, and I know for a fact that your mom and dad feel this way, is that we are willing, and it doesn't have to necessarily be basketball. If you wanted to be a chess player, if you wanted to be a rock and roll star, band camp, we are willing to pour the resources into you if this is what you want to do. I mean, you obviously see it with your older brother because he's into fashion and modeling and photography and all of that. So if this is what you want to do, like, getting up in the morning, getting to work in, after school getting to work in, weekends getting to work in, I know for a fact your dad will pour that money into you with the resources, because it ain't necessarily just about the money, right? But then also, it's stuff like this. Like, what's the use of having a type of platform like this if I can't invite family and friends to take part of that? So it was really important for me for you to be here. It might have been a little bit more important because I get a chance to kind of show family and friends back at home, like, they get a chance to see it up close and personal as opposed to social media.
Yeah, and this was a big event.
Yeah.
Man,
it was.
You had to get VIP clearances to get in the elevator.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had to sign a waiver.
Yeah.
I don't know what I signed. So I hope you're not coming for nothing, because I don't have nothing.
No, we're not. But
that was a nice waiver I signed.
Yeah, it was. And we had, just so you know, we had over 90 videographers and photographers in the building. Okay. Karter and obviously Solomon, they had their own videographer. Yeah. We had about 25 college coaches here on all levels, with the exception of Division I. Division I they're not allowed to come out until I have to get the event like NCAA sanctioned. And when I do that by the next one, then they'll be able to come out. But thanks to my guy Bo Harris, always got his held down. So we had a live stream the entire time.
I was sitting next to the live stream guy. I didn't know it. Yeah.
Which happens to be his son too, by the way.
Okay.
Family business.
I didn't even know I was sitting next to him the whole time until I came over here. I saw that camera. And I was like, oh, that's the same camera. I didn't realize I was being live. Okay.
Yep. So, Karter, when you think about these type of platforms and this event overall, let's just kind of talk a little bit about, like, you know, what this platform and what this event meant to you.
This meant a lot. This is my first like game where I'm coming out the state, and people like coaches from like colleges and high school are getting to see me play. Mm-hmm. I was a little nervous, but like everybody was cool, they was friendly, and it was like, calm down, you got this. You know, and like
they was supporting you.
Yeah, it was real support.
So one thing I had said to another guest we had on here, like, this is a networking event where we just happen to be playing basketball.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a networking event for you with your peers, your basketball peers. Yeah. It's a networking event for parents, other parents. It's a networking event for coaches. It's a networking event for the media people, like
the vendors.
The vendors, right? The food was off the chain.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to Jeremy Fears. But I just really want to stress how much this really meant to me that you were here. I wish Xavier was here to kind of see it. Like, I know he would be, you know, a proud big cousin to kind of see, you know, you taking your next step, if you will, to beginning your high school career. Like your dad said, you got time, but it comes fast. So if you really want to do this, like all jokes aside, if you really want to do this, now is the time to start putting in and just kind of structuring your habits as it relates to becoming an elite player. What that looks like is eating right. It's sleeping. It's obviously.
I'm sorry. Say that sleeping part again.
Okay. Eating right.
Yeah.
Sleeping.
Say that sleeping part again.
One more time.
Yeah.
Okay. Eating right.
Okay.
Sleeping. One more time.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Academics. Actually, the academics should have been first, and then of course it's what you putting into your craft. All right. If you're not putting nothing into your craft, then you ain't gonna get nothing out of it. All right. With that being said, I'm going to ask you both to do something. First, I'm going to ask Karter, I want you to give yourself a future message. When you look back on this 10, 15 years from now, and I want you to give yourself a message on, you know, who you are, what you want to be, you know, just give yourself a future message.
That's a good question, man. If you're watching this right now, you should be in the NBA. If you're not, I'm going to be a little mad at you. I'm not going to lie. But if you're there for a reason. I'm proud of you, or us, for what we got there to do. And keep working. Don't stop. You can always go farther no matter what.
I love it.
That was dope.
I actually should have made him go last.
That was nice.
That was actually pretty dope.
Yeah, it was.
I ain't even going to lie to you. Wow. So you better top that. So, Kenny, I actually want you to give Karter a future message. And just kind of, you know, whatever you want to say to him. When he looks back on this, I want him to, you know, be proud of the message that you give him.
All right. Son, I'm proud of you. I knew you could do it. I'm happy at the man that you've become. I knew you would be that man from the early stages of your life. You're always respectful. You're always well-mannered. And you had that drive at an early age, and I'm happy that you stuck with it. I'm just proud of you. Your mother's proud of you. And I can't wait to see the other things that you have in store for your life.
That actually got me choked up a little bit.
Yeah. So you thought I was playing at first, but I was a little choked up myself. I had to get myself.
Yeah, I was a little choked up. That actually choked me up a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, because just, you know, being friends with you for so long.
Yeah, you are choked up. I see you.
Yeah,
I see you. Come on, get yourself together, man. Come on, get yourself together. And we're not playing, like, this ain't no joking thing. Like, we're really family. Like,
yeah,
really like
we
family.
are.
Yeah. And I've saved your life a couple times. Like, it's a lot of things that
people don't
know. Like, it's some real things going on right here.
But
take your time, man. Take your time.
That's all you gotta do. Take your time.
Yeah.
like, I know how important like fatherhood is for us.
Yeah.
And our kids. man, we really love y'all.
Yep.
We really, really love y'all. Like everything about y'all from the day that y'all was born. Like we just really love y'all.
Yeah, man.
And I love y'all, man. I love y'all family.
Love you too, man. It's,
Man.
And the thing with fatherhood with us, right? Your dad died. Your dad passed.
His death day is coming up.
Yeah.
His birthday is on Tuesday.
My dad passed, so it's like we take this fatherhood thing serious because there's times where I wish my dad was there to see certain things. Just so I can ask him questions so we could experience things together, and he's not. So I try to make it my best to do that for mine. You know what I'm saying? So that I can always be there to experience these things, so to let him know he's not alone, to let him know he has somebody there in his corner. We may not always agree, but we're gonna get through whatever together.
Mm-hmm.
You
Together,
know what I'm
yep,
saying?
yep.
And that's the serious part of fatherhood. Even my man Bo back there, he's a dad. He got his son working in the other room. We try to keep our kids close because today we're living in tough times.
Mm-hmm.
We're living in tough times where parents are burying their children.
It should never be
It
that.
should never be that way. It should be that the children are burying their parents. So I want to make sure I keep my son close. Same with you. You want to keep your son close. Like you told me the phone call he called you the other day, and I'm saying you want to make sure you keep your sons close. I keep the location on my oldest son's phone. I'm checking cameras. You just want to make sure your kid is as safe as they can be, and you want to know that they have you as that support system to be there for them. And it's tough being a parent, man.
It's tough being a parent. It really is, and I know, like our fathers, regardless of their presence or not, sometimes they didn't really know how to do this, and so it's just so easy. But anyway, I'm gonna sign off with that, man. I thank you again for coming, and safe travels home, man.
Well, let me say this, man. The event was cool. I'm more happy to be on the show, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like the show made it. Like, yeah, they was playing basketball. We got some chicken and some macaroni and cheese. I got an elevator. Yeah, but this right here,
This was it.
what's up? I'm on this John, man. Yeah,
No, I
man.
appreciate
Come on,
it, man.
I don't get to say my top four coaches.
Go ahead. Yeah, who's your top high school coaches?
I don't know.
They're right. All right, real quick. Top 5 NBA players. Your top 5.
All right, here we go. My top 5.
I said quick.
So if I had to go, I'm putting Shaq
Okay.
at center. Yes. I'm gonna put LeBron in there. I love me some Bron. I'm gonna put Jordan.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Kobe. And I'm gonna tell you something about Kobe too, right? I didn't like Kobe. I didn't like Kobe because everyone was comparing him to Bron.
Got you.
And I was like, nah, Bron is my guy. But it wasn't until the passing of Kobe, I'm like, I ripped this guy off of all the love I should have been giving him his whole life because whatever. All right, it's Kobe.
And who's your last one?
And I need a point guard, right? I need a point guard. See, I want to say Steph, right? But Steph gonna mess me up on defense. I'm gonna say Kyrie.
Okay.
I like Kyrie.
There it
I'm
is.
gonna say Kyrie.
We're going to sign off with that, man. Appreciate you guys being a part of the podcast, and we'll see you in the next episode.